Hi, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be comparing 4 different hotels that I stayed at during the same visit to the Orlando area. I'm going to be comparing 2 Walt Disney World hotels with 2 Universal hotels. First, I need to start out by saying I love split stays. They're not for everyone, but we feel that when we travel that the hotel is actually part of the experience. It's really part of our vacation too. So we like to stay at different places. I like to check out as many different hotels as I can. And when we tried 4 different hotels at once on the same trip, it at first was not like a plan. We weren't originally planning to stay at different hotels, but it just turned out that way, and it was a really fun experience. The first hotel we stayed at was Universal Endless Summer Surfside Inn and Suites, and this was our hotel for the travel day. So we didn't know exactly what time we were going to get in. We drive, it's about a 14-hour drive when we drive to Florida, and so we didn't know where we were, what time we were going to get in. We usually get in around the evening. So we booked this hotel for 2 days, and the second day, so the first day was the travel day, the second day we were going to NASA. So this was just really a hotel for kind of traveling. And that is a value resort at Universal. From there, we went to Disney's Wilderness Lodge at Copper Creek. This stay was a DVC stay. So we have Disney Vacation Club. We used our points for this stay, and we stayed there for 5 days for the Disney part of our trip. After that, it was back to Universal, and this was a surprise portion of our trip. My son didn't know that we were going to Universal, and both of my children didn't know that we were going to be staying at Lowe's Royal Pacific, which is one of the deluxe resorts at Universal. So that leg of our trip was, I believe, for 4 days, and then after that leg of the trip, we had a surprise also that we were going back to Disney for another 3 days, and we stayed at Disney's Animal Kingdom Lodge, also on DVC points. So 3 deluxe hotels, 1 value hotel, all during the same visit. Let's see how they measure up. The first thing that I want to compare are the pools, because we usually travel during the summer, so pools are a huge thing. We take a break midday, we go swimming, and you've got to have some way to combat that heat. So pools are huge for us. But with that being said, as long as a hotel has a pool and it's a clean pool, we're good with it. It doesn't have to be fancy, it doesn't have to have slides, so we're kind of flexible on the type of pool that we have. My son loves slides, but it's not a must for the pools. Disney's Wilderness Lodge has 2 pools. This was not our first visit to Disney's Wilderness Lodge, it was our second. We do enjoy the pools there, especially in the evening. We really like to come back and swim after a day at the parks. They have 2 different pools. One pool has a slide. It's a little bit busier. It's the main pool. It's in front of the lodge, and it's beautiful view. It absolutely stunning view. And the second pool is a quieter pool. There's no slide, 0 entry though. It's beautiful. It has a hot tub, as well as the main pool has a hot tub, and it's really nice in the evenings. We really enjoy both pools at this resort. Disney's Animal Kingdom Lodge has 2 pools as well. One's at the main building, which is Jambo House, and the other one's at Kandani Village. We stayed at Jambo House, really enjoyed that pool. What I really loved about that pool, first of all, it was big. It never felt crowded. It did have a slide, but if you got out of the pool and walked behind where the slide was, there was a hot tub back there, but also you could walk over to the savannah and take a look at the animals. While you're out swimming, you just get out, go look at the animals. So I really thought that was a really nice added benefit of that pool, thinking about the atmosphere and the ambiance, and being able to kind of just get out, go over, see some animals, and get back in the pool. It was really neat. Endless Summer has 1 pool. It's a decent sized pool. I don't feel like it's super huge. It's definitely smaller compared to the other resorts, but we actually didn't go into the pool. We were only there for 2 days and we didn't visit the pool. I saw the pool, but I didn't go in the pool. It seemed like it would be an okay basic pool. We went during the day when we looked at it, so I can't say how busy that pool gets. It was earlier in the day before we went to NASA, so I don't know how busy the pool gets in the afternoon or the evening. It wasn't busy at all. There was no one in it when we saw it, so I can't gauge the size of that pool, but I mean, it was okay. It was okay size. I'm sure it was fine. Final pool was Lowe's Royal Pacific, and the pool was huge. I mean, it never felt crowded at all. It was a lot of space in that pool. Also, they had a really neat splash zone area for the kids. That was pretty massive as well. And my favorite part of the pool at Lowe's were the pool towels. I'm going to insert a picture. And this is me holding up one of the lounger towels. It is the length of my body. Now, they had more of standard pool towels as well, but they had these lounger towels that would go the whole entire length of the chair. You could put on the chair. Even had like this hook on the back, so that way it would kind of fit over the chair and not slide off. They were my favorite. Out of all the pools, the lounger towels totally win Lowe's pool. And another benefit of the Lowe's pool was they had QR codes that you could order food right from your lounger. So they were like clipped to the lounger, so you didn't have to get up, go get food. Food would come to you. I thought that was a really nice touch. All the resorts, my favorite pool, and it's a tie, is between Wilderness Lodge and Lowe's Royal Pacific. Both very beautiful pools. Animal Kingdom Lodge had a great pool too, but I would definitely say even if I had gotten into the pool at Surfside, it still would not hold a candle to the other 3 pools. They were amazing. Now for the rooms. The rooms were pretty similar in most of the resorts. Disney's rooms were similar to each other, and then the rooms at Universal were similar. So I will start with the Disney's Wilderness Lodge. There was 1 queen bed and then 1 pull-out sofa queen. And this is because it's a DVC room. DVCs at Wilderness Lodge currently have pull-out couches. So queen and pull-out couch, as well as Disney's Animal Kingdom Lodge, queen and pull-out couch, both of which had kitchenettes. So we had a nice little area with a sink and a mini fridge and a microwave and some cabinet space. So there was, you know, nice little area for us to get breakfast in the morning and, you know, keep things chill. So their rooms, I love their rooms. Rooms are beautiful. Wilderness Lodge, one of my favorite rooms on Disney property. I don't like the pull-out couch. I don't have to sleep on it. I hand that off to other people, but I wish that there were full beds in the rooms. The rooms themselves are beautiful though. At Lowe's Royal Pacific, there were 2 queen beds. The room was really nice. The room was a little bit far away from the main lobby. That was probably the furthest away out of all the rooms that we stayed at. That one was the furthest away from the lobby that we had. But I mean, in retrospect, I mean, it's not like, you're not walking miles, but it was the furthest away. Now, Endless Summer had my favorite room in terms of size. We got the 2-room suite, which has 2 queen beds in the main room, and then there is a little private room with a door and everything that has a queen bed. So there's a nice separate area. You can sleep up to 6, the other ones sleep up to 4. And I really like that additional space. It also had a kitchenette with a refrigerator and a sink area and a little picnic table bench area where you could sit down and eat breakfast. It was a nice open area. I mean, for a value resort, that was pretty decent. My favorite room really out of all of those probably was Surfside because of how big it was for the price. So the price of that room I got a deal on all the rooms. I got a annual pass holder deal on both of the rooms at Universal, and the other rooms I use my DVC points. So I can't really directly compare like my cost versus what your cost might be. But I will say, in terms of for this video, I did take a look at current prices. I picked a week in June, so that was a little bit further out, but we could take a look at the prices. So in June, Disney's Animal Kingdom Lodge is $541 per night, or $3,043. This was for a Savannah view because that was all that was left. I did have a partial Savannah view when I went. I definitely recommend it. It's such a great experience just kind of watching the animals off of your balcony. Definitely a good room choice, but they do have standard view without Savannah view. So that one should be a little bit cheaper. However, it's probably going to be pretty close to the high 400s, low 500 range, unless you can get a deal. But the price I'm quoting you is a current deal that they have. So prices will fluctuate. Also, I'm checking out a week in June, so June 19th to the 24th. So I'm looking at a point in time when it's starting to get into summer season. So it might be a little bit higher than, let's say, February if you went. Wilderness Lodge, I had to find a week later than the week after June 19th to the 24th because there wasn't any availability. So it's already sold out for this summer. That means a lot of people are getting ready to have a great time, as Wilderness Lodge is a beautiful resort. But that one was for $511 a night, or $2,874 for the entire stay. That's without tickets. All of these are without any kind of tickets attached to them. So your basic room rate. Universal Surfside Inn and Suites is $195 per night, or $1,098 for the time frame that I put in. And Lowe's Royal Pacific is $599 a night, or $3,369 for the stay. So there is a big price difference there. Surfside is definitely if you're looking to save money, the cheapest way to go. But if you're looking for some deluxe amenities, then you do have some deluxe options, and they're all around a similar price range in the 500s, with Lowe's being the higher end of the price range. Now, I do want to say about this, Lowe's being at the higher end of the price range has something really special that is added in that may make it worth it to you, and that is an Express Pass. So Express Pass allows you to bypass most of the lines and wait in a shorter wait. So bypassing the standby line, waiting in a shorter wait at the rides, and when we used that, we found that it was amazing. Unlike Disney, where you do have to schedule when you're using the Lightning Lane, which I'm not really going to be talking about for this video, it's just about the resorts, but when you schedule the Lightning Lane, you're not really picking a time, you just schedule and it gives you the time available, and you may not get a ride that you want to go on to, and you may only get a few rides. They're saying right now 2 to 3 rides max really is what it's for. When you use Express Pass at Universal, you get to go on the rides whenever you want. You don't have to schedule anything. You just go and you just get on the rides. And I thought it was the most amazing thing. You don't get that with Surfside. There's 3 resorts that you can have that with. It's Lowe's Royal Pacific, Hard Rock Hotel, and Portofino Bay, I believe it's called, Portofino Bay. You get Express Pass with those hotels, with the deluxe hotels at Universal, but not the rest. We are staying this summer at Cabana Bay, and we won't have the Express Pass, so have to see how different that is for me. But I will say that the Express Pass was amazing, especially during the summertime. Just kind of getting to go into the faster line. We did stand by once for Forbidden Journey at Universal because we wanted to see the queue, which wasn't that much different from the Express Pass queue, but yeah, it was nice. So I definitely think that is the biggest perk at Lowe's Royal Pacific, the Express Pass. As for the amenities, Disney's Wilderness Lodge has 5 different dining locations. It's got this, you know, Northwest kind of, you know, in the woods theme. It's really relaxing. You do feel like you're at a completely different location. You feel like you're in the woods, and it's beautiful. It's only about a 10-minute boat ride to Magic Kingdom, so it's very, very quick to get to Magic Kingdom. It's going to be a little bit longer. You're going to have to grab a bus to Epcot, Disney's Hollywood Studios, or Animal Kingdom, but very quick to get to Magic Kingdom. And from certain parts of the resort, you can see the fireworks from Magic Kingdom, as well as the electric water pageant at night, and it's beautiful. Definitely beautiful. Disney's Animal Kingdom Lodge has 9 different dining options. This is also including quick service and 3 main restaurants, and it's animal and conservation themed. It is really cool to go out and see the animals just, you know, kind of roaming on the savannah. They do have animals there that are different from the park, so it is kind of relaxing to just sit there in the morning and watch the animals, and even at night, just to kind of go see what they're doing at night. It's a beautiful resort. Disney's Wilderness Lodge and Disney's Animal Kingdom Lodge have 2 of my favorite lobbies. They're, I don't know, you just walk in and your jaw drops when you see them. They're so massive. Pictures do not do them justice. They're really, truly beautiful. I mean, you can and should explore the lobby themselves. They're really, really beautiful. Lowe's Royal Pacific has a really nice lobby as well. It's just not as wow when you walk in. There's this outdoor area that has these elephants, and it's very tropical, and it's beautiful, and it's beautiful in a different way than the Disney resorts, but it is gorgeous. It is a very gorgeous resort. They have 5 different locations to get food, including a sushi restaurant. So that was kind of different. We did not eat at any of the restaurants. We took a look at them during the day, especially when there wasn't really anybody in there, but we didn't have a chance to really eat at anything. We kind of were exploring everything new. We were going to City Walk, which is within walking distance, which is a great perk, and I'll talk about location in a second, but it's within walking distance, so it was nice. So we didn't really eat at the resort, and honestly, the resort kind of seemed very big to me. We didn't really fully explore every part to this resort with all the different restaurants and activities. So there's still a lot left for us to kind of explore there, but it was beautiful, definitely beautiful. Surfside has a food court, which was nice. I'm really a food court kind of person, and I like the variety, different things to get. Has the Starbucks, which was good, and has a pool bar. So limited amount of places to get food at Surfside. However, because of that food court, and we're very on the go kind of people, that it kind of makes it a winner for me in terms of, you know, food availability. Some people really like restaurants, and that's great. If you're a restaurant person and you want a sit-down meal, then Surfside is not a resort for you. You definitely, all the other hotels have sit-down restaurants, except for Surfside. But for us, food court grab and go was perfect. My favorite atmosphere, if I have to pick, with the atmosphere and amenities, everything into consideration, it's really a tie between Wilderness Lodge and Lowe's Royal Pacific. I've been to Wilderness Lodge twice and Royal Pacific once, so I think I need to stay at Royal Pacific again to really make a fair assessment, but they really are tied. As for location, Disney's Wilderness Lodge is a great location. If you're staying and you want to go to Magic Kingdom more, as I said, it's really close to Magic Kingdom. I really love it. 10-minute maybe boat ride. It's so peaceful and relaxing. I really liked that. And you're only like maybe a 10-minute bus ride from the other parks. It's really not, I really don't feel like it's that spread out. It's very quick, and you're at the parks before you know it. Disney's Animal Kingdom Lodge was the opposite end. You're very close to Animal Kingdom, but again, further away from the other parks. 10-15 minute ride to maybe to Magic Kingdom. I mean, it really wasn't longer than 15 minutes, and it didn't seem that long anyway. With Universal hotels, Surfside, you need to get on a bus to get to the parks. But the benefit to Universal hotels is their 2 theme parks, Islands of Adventure and Universal Studios, and City Walk, the kind of like Disney Springs area of Universal, they're all within walking distance of each other. So the bus drops you off at City Walk in the parking garage, and you can get to both theme parks and City Walk right there. So you do need a bus from Surfside. I would guess that would be the only downside to that. And then with Lowe's Royal Pacific, you can walk. You can walk to both parks if you want. There's a boat there as well. You can grab the boat if you don't want to walk, but there's a boat, or you can walk. And we walked. It was probably about a 10-minute walk, and which was really pretty decent because we didn't have to wait for a bus. We could come and go as we wanted, and I like being able to walk if you're in proximity of walking. I think we only took the boat once, which was a nice boat ride, but you know, walking got us there just as quickly. Overall, if I had to pick a winner, and this is really, really tough for me because honestly, I liked every single resort we stayed at. I would absolutely 100% stay at all of them again, and I actually really hope to stay at all of them again. But if I had to pick a winner, it would probably be Lowe's Royal Pacific. And the reason for that is because of the 2 double beds, or the 2 queen beds, so we didn't have a pull-out couch. Everybody got to sleep in a regular bed. And the proximity to the parks where I could actually walk, plus the express passes included. All of those things really made that deluxe experience perfect. So if I had to pick, it would be Lowe's Royal Pacific. Runner-up is Wilderness Lodge. We've stayed there twice. It is beautiful, and it is, you know, I can use my DVC points, so I'm not like really thinking about money out of pocket. Have you stayed at any of these resorts? If so, let me know in the comments. I would love to hear what your experience was, what your favorite was, or maybe which one do you want to visit on an upcoming trip. If you have any questions about the resorts, let me know in the comments. I'd be happy to answer them for you. And I'm going to be doing some more hotel stays coming up. Let me know what you want to see at any of the hotels that I'm planning on staying at this summer. Until next time, go out and find your magic. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.